All right. Good afternoon. Right now the time is 2:30. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chelsea Simmons alongside our meteorologist Nick Perazzi. We are still tracking this line of heavier storms moving through parts of our area right now all the way down towards Montgomery County. Itawamba County is where we're looking at some of those heavier storms. Now, we are not looking at any warnings right now, but we do have some special weather statements. And what that is a step down from a warning. We've actually had some very gusty winds along this line of storms in Tupelo just about 30 minutes ago, registering a wind gust about 46 miles per hour. You can see how that has tapered off. You can see that wind gust right about 30 miles per hour. But those yellows, those more orangish colors, that's still 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gust right on the backside of that main line of storms. Now we are continuing to track those stronger storms as they are moving through the area right now through parts of Itawamba County, getting a lot of that heavier rainfall. I'm actually going to take a look at Fulton on that MDOT traffic camera right now. We are continuing to see those dark, gloomy clouds move through. It doesn't quite look like that rain has hit Fulton just yet, but I mean, the rain over the studio has actually lightened up some. It was heavier earlier, just about 20 minutes ago, with a lot of lightning, thunder still ongoing. Now we are continuing to look at the heavier rainfall, zooming in a little bit closer. You can see a little bit of what is an outflow boundary out ahead of that main line. And some of those thunderstorms still developing along that outflow boundary. You can see that one just closer towards Amory right now, just south of the Okolona area. Along that boundary, we will continue to see some of these storms form up. We could also see some small hail within these thunderstorms along that line. I do want to take a track of these storms. I'm really going to focus more on the northern half on the first track, and then we'll kind of get that second southern half in that track as well. Looking closer towards the Bexar area, or Bear, over towards Alabama, they're around 240. Amory, 244. You got one storm kind of right over top of you though. Hackleburg, they're around 248, closer towards Detroit, Alabama, they're 257. Gatman area, they're around 307 as that continues to shift a little bit more towards the east. Now, looking along the southern half of this line of storms from parts of Chickasaw County down through really Atala County, we're going to continue to track that for you. That's going to be really right into Houston about now. Winona, seeing a lot of that heavier rainfall. Eupora here soon. So some times on that portion of the storms. Kilmichael there around 242. Gibson area 257. Aberdeen there around 309. Closer towards Hamilton there 326. Starkville area 337 as that'll move closer to the Golden Triangle region at that point. Now, the National Weather Service is in talks with the Storm Prediction Center, and they are going to start clearing off some more of these severe thunderstorm watches. So now for places Yallowbusha, Lafayette, Tippah, Alcorn County, not under those severe thunderstorm watches. The main line of those storms have pushed through. Still seeing that rainfall, but we're not looking at anything severe anymore. Those watches also do extend all the way down towards Noxubee, Winston County, some of those until 9 o'clock tonight. But once again, once this moves past your area, they'll continue to expire these watches, for some early. But we're going to continue to see some of those stronger storms pushing in. We still have that severe weather risk level 2 out of 5 for our area. Main impact going to be the potential for some damaging wind gusts. If you have any of those reports, of course, you can send those in to us through Facebook, also through our email or that WTVA weather app. That WTVA weather app is also a good tool to use to get those alerts, those notifications. Also, weather call, no weather radio if you do fall under any of those severe warnings, code red alert, FEMA app, all good resources to have in this situation. A lot of these storms have behaved today. We have not seen a lot of warnings out there, which is good news for a lot of folks because it is the weekend. A lot of folks are still wanting to be out and about. Now, we have seen a lot of rainfall, so I am trying to pull up how much rain we have actually seen today, because we also have that potential for some flooding as that tries to populate in. This rainfall potentially causing flooding, also visibility issues if you are having to drive through that. It's not wanting to load in. but we're still continuing to track that threat for flooding rainfall. Looking at that, of course, as soon as I click away, it loads up. Level 2 out of 4 risk for flooding rainfall. Maybe if I go back, it'll actually load in. Looking a little bit closer, zooming in, closer towards the Pontotoc County area, you can see some rainfall totals over 2 inches of rainfall. It's going to be right there around Pontotoc County. Out closer towards New Albany, we've seen just about 1.5 inches of rainfall. Just make sure you are staying careful and you don't drive through any kind of flooded roadways. That's still trying to populate in there as that's loading. Almost 3 inches of rainfall closer towards the Prentiss to Tishomingo County line right there in some of those darker greens. So a lot of these storms have stayed below severe limits, but we're still continuing to monitor those to see if any strengthen. Because for folks there around the Golden Triangle region, while you have not seen a lot of rainfall just yet, it is warm and it is muggy, so that's just a little bit more fuel for those thunderstorms to develop. So still make sure you are staying safe, staying careful. I'm going to get a track on these storms as we're heading into the rest of your afternoon. Some times on these storms on our models right here. So kind of that short range model, zooming out a little bit more. Over the next couple of hours, it's going to be getting closer towards the Golden Triangle region. I think this is running a little bit slow. 3:30, 4 o'clock, they're Starkville up towards West Point, even down towards Kosciuszko. Now, getting closer and out of the area, the front end of that line of storms, really where we're seeing that severe threat, closer to 6:30 for your evening. Now, we could still see some storms ongoing off to our south at that point, but as we're looking through the overnight, most of that stays outside of our area. A few showers possible going into your overnight early Sunday morning, so maybe have the umbrella heading out for church, but overall not as strong of those storms. Now down the line next week, both Monday and Wednesday, we have that potential for some severe weather, but we are continuing to track out right now some of those heavier storms, trying to get that load back in. Storm track Doppler radar, once again, we're seeing that heavier rainfall push through the Fulton area, kind of moving into Fulton, also back down towards Montgomery, Grenada County, as that is slowly loading in. There we go. A lot of lightning, a lot of thunder along with this. Once again, that outflow boundary is limiting some of that severe weather potential because we can't get as much of that inflow and that rotation needed for tornadic behavior, which is good news. But still a lot of that heavier rainfall, gusty winds, some 30 to 40 miles per hour. So still make sure you are staying careful if you are heading out. We'll be back here to update you in about an hour on our live stream and Facebook. And of course, if needed, hopefully not though, we'll break into actual network coverage.